Hola, buenas tardes.
Hola, buenas.
¿Cómo estás?
¿Qué tal tu viaje en Chile?
Muy bien. Em, Tenemos más diferencia de hora hasta el cambio de hora. So more time, like in Peru, the time difference is 5 hours until we
Sí.
have daylight savings time.
Oh
So es
yeah,
tarde aquí.
that's this Sunday though. Muy
¿Cómo?
cerca. Muy cerca. It's this Sunday, so very close.
Sí, sí, cierto. Así que vamos a estar a 4 horas en vez de 5. Y después Chile hace su cambio de hora y vamos a estar con 3 horas
Oh,
de diferencia.
perfecto.
See, that's why it's funny to explain the time difference. It's like it's either 5 hours, 4 hours, or 3 hours,
I
depending
didn't
on
know it
the
changed
time.
that much. Wow.
Sí, ¿qué tal tu semana?
No noticias. Tranquilo. Tranquila.
¿Tienes planes para el fin de semana?
Um, no sé porque la clima es lluviosa
El
y
clima.
soleada. No soleada, nublada.
Nublado, el
Nublado.
clima nublado. Yeah, clima is masculine.
I
It's one
know
of those.
my whole trip in Peru, like I was like, they're like, why are you in Peru? I'm like, Las Montañas, La Clima. And then I found out it was masculino when I got back. And I was like,
Ah,
ah,
pero no es gran cosa. También es complicado porque parece femenina la palabra. Además, el tiempo es masculino.
sí.
And it seems like the opposite would be la clima, but it's el clima. Aquí el clima es soleado.
Hmm?
Estamos al fin del verano. Um, y ahora estoy en mi departamento de la playa y para bajar a la playa tengo que usar funicular.
Mm,
So I hope that light in the mirror isn't bothering y'all. To get out of the apartment and down to civilization, se ocupa, you use a
wow.
funicular, so a funicular train or
Es,
ascensor.
es horario regular.
Desde las 7 de la mañana hasta las 10 de la noche.
Okay.
Y si pierdes esa hora, if you miss that time, das la gran vuelta y subes muchas escaleras. You go up a lot of stairs. Tengo más fotos de la vista de aquí, the view. Es así. I'll just
Wow.
take a second for the camera to, yeah. Hay piscina. No me gustan las piscinas. I don't like swimming pools
¿Por
in public
qué?
spaces, so I have not used it. And I choose instead to go in the freezing cold water because it's just like if you were to swim in Washington, es el Pacífico.
Oh,
Sí.
I do remember. I have a little bit of news that our we booked our next trip for me it's June, but like my husband leaves earlier. But he we're gonna bike not across, but in Spain. But it won't be.
En
It's only 2 weeks. It won't be.
España.
Yeah, so we won't bike across it. But my sister moved to Lisbon, and so we'll bike across part of Spain, and then we'll start in Lisbon, take the train to Spain, and then bike for 2 weeks. But he's
Ay,
gonna he'll do
maravilloso.
much more. He'll be able to cover much more of the country than me. But I'll catch up for 2 weeks.
Qué bueno. ¿Qué parte de España? So you said you're not doing all of it, but you're doing
See, Las Montañas
parte
and El Norte. Okay. Asturias.
Asturias.
Sí, sí.
Ok. ¿Y Asturias
¿Conoce?
y Cantabria?
Don't know. No sé.
Asturias and Cantabria are the two regions that are in between País Vasco, the far northwest, and Galicia, the far
Okay.
north.
Es
Well, I did that. I did that on
una.
the. I did that reverse. The far northeast and the far northwest, and
Okay.
then there's two regions in between,
Es
Asturias
una
y.
ruta de Eurovelo.
¿Qué es eso?
It's like a bike, an established bike route have all they have all over Europe. So,
Oh,
I have to look up what this one is. It's not the El Camino. Es diferente.
okay. ¿Y cuándo dijiste? When did you say you were doing that?
Para mí, junio, el junio.
Me alegro mucho.
Es muy, mucho calor, ¿sí? En junio,
En el norte de
demasiado calor.
España vas a estar bien, en el
Okay.
norte, sí, sí. Fui al norte en agosto, el
Oh, wow.
mes más caluroso, y estuvo bien. It was just fine, ningún problema. Qué genial, qué chévere, o qué eh, increíble. Yo quiero hacer eso. I would like to do that. Eso es como tengo un montón de privilegio de poder viajar siempre, pero siempre estoy trabajando también. So I love being able to work remote, but I've not been able to do a bike situation because I haven't been able to take that long at a time off. But yo sí hice una ruta en bici. I did do a bike route in Santiago la semana pasada. I think I did I share with you about that?
No, 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 por
Oh,
favor.
hacía, hacía. That's imperfect. So I'm talking about the weather, the temperature at the time. Hacía um 40 grados Celsius, casi. So 40 degrees Celsius, which is like 100 almost. Um, y subí una montaña a un templo. There's a temple que se llama el Templo de Bahá'í. Let it adjust there. El Templo de Bahá'í. Y es muy único. Es un templo que trata de unir todas las religiones. So it's a temple that's supposed to be like unity of all religions. Básicamente es un espacio de paz, kind of like a space of peace and reflection. Y es gratis también, and it's free. And fue justo después de todas las noticias, así que fue como una coincidencia o casualidad interesante, an interesting coincidence. Um, pero la subida, the way up on bike was la ruta más dolorosa y calurosa en mi vida. So the hottest and most painful bike ride I've ever had. And it was just the sun was blaring the whole time. El sol pegaba fuerte, 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 fuerte. Um, pero lo pasé bien. It was fun. I don't know if Alejandro had you ever heard of the Templo de Bahá'í in Santiago?
No sé. Yo conozco un parque en el centro de Santiago de Chile con un castillo en la subir en la top.
En la
Pero
cima. The top is the cima. Oh, that's Cerro San Cristóbal.
sí, uh, estuvo acá, pero no sé mm, Temple de Bahá'í.
No lo conoces.
Sí, no lo conoce. Es,
No, and you would say no lo conozco. No lo conozco. Do you know why? Is anybody able to tell me why in a situation like I haven't been to the temple, you would use conocer instead of saber?
uh, is it something having to do with to know? So that's both. That's like to know, right? Know
Hmm.
one a person and one a place. Like,
Yeah, so saber is to know, and conocer is to know as well. But conocer is familiarity, and saber is knowledge. Saber are things that you know about. So, sé muchos datos de animales, por ejemplo. I know a lot of animal facts, for example. That's with saber. Conocer, you'll use if you know of a person or you know somebody personally, or a place, and it's used for if you've been there also. So if you say, for example, Ryan, conozco Asturias. That's like, oh, I know Asturias. It's like saying I've been there before. I'm familiar with the place.
Mm.
Um,
Sabes is conjugated as conoce.
Conocer is conjugated as conozco, conoces, conoce, conocemos, conocéis, conocen. And then saber is sé, yo sé, tú sabes, él,
Right.
ella, usted sabe, nosotros sabemos, vosotros sabéis, ellos, ellas, ustedes saben.
Hmm.
Aquí está Jenny. All right, bacán. Genial. Quería preguntarles, I wanted to ask you all about scheduling here. Um, some of you are still enjoying dinner and some of you come later. So I just wanted to know if I don't have another class after this lesson, so I'd be happy to push it back on in our schedule by 15, 20, 25 minutes. So if that's helpful to you, send me an email. We could always make this class a teeny bit later. I'm used to doing at this time zone now. I was just explaining to Ryan that actually Chile and US have daylight savings, so we're going to be closer an hour. So for me, it's not going to make a difference. So I'm happy if we want to adjust the schedule by un poco.
Hmm.
Um, eso. Julie, ¿cómo va tu semana?
Oh, yo trabajando en mi jardín.
¿Cómo va el jardín? How's the garden going?
Um, mm, Poco en poco, a little by little.
Yeah, that's right. Poco a poco is little by little, poco a poco. ¿Estás más animada para alguna planta en particular? Are you excited about a particular plant that you've planted?
Sí, yo sé Deborah tiene también Star Jasmine. Y tú,
Yo
yo
también.
tiene misma plantas.
Ajá.
Es muy especial planta.
So you'd say
Yo
tengo la
tengo.
misma planta. Jazmín, ok.
Bien, bien.
¿Ese tipo de jazmín tiene olor?
Sí, sí, sí,
Oh,
mucho olor.
creo que el olor de jazmín es mi favorito. Mi favorito. I love the smell of jasmine. Although I'm not familiar with that type. ¿Cómo se llamaba? What was it called?
How do you say evergreen?
Pirenio. Pirenio.
Perennial?
Uh-huh. Pirenio. I don't actually know how to spell it. It's something like this. Let me double check. Like perennial. Or does that mean something different?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Like I said, not a green thumb here. That's why I'm so impressed by you gardeners. Evergreen.
¿Qué hace tu jardín, Julie?
disculpe.
¿Qué haces? What do you do? What are you working on?
Oh, mi casa, outside, afuera mi casa, outside.
Yeah, you can. So this is what's funny about the word jardín. Um, it can mean your yard or your garden. So Julie's
I have
jardín.
both. I have
Yeah,
both.
su jardín está en su jardín. Her garden is in her garden, or her garden is in her
Yard and my
yard.
yard are the same. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Pues estamos nosotros yendo poco a poco. We're going little by little here with this intro. I don't know what it is. I think maybe I've had a long work day, but I'm like feeling brain fog trying to get started here today, so bear with me. But I'm gonna voy a decirles lo que vamos a hacer en la clase y luego seguimos hablando. I'll tell you what we're doing today and then we'll keep chatting and then get started. But hoy vamos a seguir hablando del imperfecto. So we'll keep talking about the imperfect tense. And because we're just barely starting to conjugate it, vamos a hacer otro repaso del pretérito. So we're going to do another quick review of predit. We'll keep doing those predit reviews as we start with the imperfect. And you might have seen that I had some prompts for you to say lo que hiciste hoy, ayer. Está en el plan para la clase. It's here on the class plan. So if you haven't done it yet, you can look at it now and take the time. Um, so all you need to do is fill out la frase, the sentence, con una respuesta tuya, with your own answer. So for example, esta semana fui a, and you'll just say wherever you went. So for example, fui a, and I would say fui a la tienda de ropa, for example. I went to the clothing store, or fui a la montaña, or fui a mi jardín. I went to my garden. Whatever you did this past week, wherever you went, you'll use fui a. Siguiente, esta mañana me desperté a las. So this morning, I woke up at a las. And then you'll say whatever time you woke up. Por ejemplo, esta mañana me desperté a las 7 de la mañana. So you can do this along with me. Siguiente es el sábado. El sábado would mean last Saturday in this case. El sábado vi. ¿Qué quiere decir vi?
Went.
Vi is not ir. It's not to go. It's to
See and saw.
see. Yeah, so el sábado vi, something you saw on Saturday. It doesn't have to be a movie, it could be anything. So, en mi caso, el sábado vi el Valle de Santiago. I saw the Santiago Valley, el Valle de Santiago. Or you can put a TV show or a movie. The I don't know what movies are out right now. The Friends, your favorite show, whatever you might have seen. Or you could say vi a mi amigo. I saw my friend, or a mi amiga, or a mi nieto, whatever or whoever you might have seen. Siguiente, anoche me acosté. Me acosté. ¿Qué quiere decir me acosté? Any guesses?
I went to bed. Or
Mm-hmm. Eso es. Me acosté is I went to bed. So me acosté a las, and you're just putting the time you went to bed. Me acosté a las 2 de la mañana, por ejemplo. So la hora que te acostaste, whatever time you went to bed. Y antes de la clase, preparé. Before the class, I prepared. It might have been a food that you made and ate. It might have been a homework that you worked on. It might have been a little bit of leftover work from your job. Might have been a text to your friend, something that you prepared. So, antes de la clase, preparé la otra clase. I prepared the other class. So, whatever you want to put as your answers, just fill in something personal. I'll give you a second to think about that since I didn't make it super clear in the correo that I sent. And while you're doing that, I'm just going to keep asking some of you about your week. Um, so let's see.
Where do
Alejandro, what's that?
where do you want us to fill it in? Or are we
You
going to
don't need to fill it in anywhere on our document, just have it ready to share with your partner. Well, when I assign you partners. Eso. Alejandro, ¿qué hiciste esta semana? ¿Estás enfermo o cansado? Are you sick or are you just tired? Oh, I don't hear you. Estás en silencio.
Un poco cansado porque estoy en Hoodsport para la fin de scuba y yo estuve en la agua,
El agua.
el, el agua,
Ujú.
uh, mm, uh, una hora, un hora pasado, estuve ses- uh, 60 país abajo de agua.
Pies, 60 pies debajo del agua.
Sí, uh,
60 feet underwater?
mm, yeah,
Oh, Dios. Mucha presión.
one dive. Check this out. This is the view out of my like window here. I don't know if you can
And
see that.
I didn't catch where you went. Hood Sport?
Hoodsport.
Should I know this place?
Yeah, it's
Is
on
it
Hood Canal. It's
okay?
but
Come on, Danny. You know it.
Perdónenme, perdónenme.
uh Proxima cerca de Lake Cushman or
Mm.
Largo de Cushman y
Lago de Cushman.
Lago de Cushman y um, estoy aquí para 4 más noches
Oh,
y
wow. Wow, te quedas mucho tiempo.
sí, es un todo scuba weekend.
Oh,
Uh,
qué maravilloso. Qué maravilloso.
sí, pero estoy un poco cansado porque um, es mm, hard work, trabajo difícil.
Duro. Trabajo, yeah, or difícil. Trabajo duro is hard work. Trabajo difícil is difficult work.
Sí.
¿Viste algo en el agua? Did you see anything in the water? ¿Un pulpo
Oh, por
gigante?
supuesto, un barco y muchos uh, pescados o
Peces. If it's live, if it's living fish, you'll say peces. Peces.
y los huevos de peces
Uh-huh.
y anémones.
Sí, anemones. Muy bien. Okay, and I'm gonna write this here because it has to do with the song we're gonna look at later, in a sense. El barco. Why am I capitalizing that? El barco hundido would be a sunken ship.
Mm,
How about
Barco hundido.
uh, Pimpino de agua?
De mar. Sí, el pepino de mar. Okay, sin decirlo, Alejandro, don't tell anybody because you'll all will have to remember your food vocab. What do you think pepino de mar is?
uh, cucumber. Cucumber.
Eso, Jenny, sea cucumber. Sea cucumber, muy bien. Right. Y Jenny, ¿qué tal tu semana?
Ah, ah, estoy trabajando, pero compré tulips. What's tulips? I don't know what's tulips.
Tulipanes, tulipanes.
Tulipanes. Yeah. Y emocionada de planta.
Sí,
To plant? De
de plantarlas.
plantar. Yeah.
Ah, qué bueno. Ah, estoy muy feliz por ustedes, las jardineras. I'm very happy for you gardeners. Ojalá pudiera. I wish I could do the same.
I usually just get one flower.
every year. My
Uh-huh.
boyfriend don't buy me roses. He buys me plants every year, so I don't kill them all.
That's
He's like,
fine.
I'm
Oh,
tired of you killing flowers. I need you to give them life instead.
So one plant a year, one flower, one plant a year.
¿Sabes de qué color van a ser? You know what color? ¿Qué color son?
Oh, naranja. Is that
Qué
orange?
bonito. Sí,
Naranja.
sí,
Yeah.
naranja. Muy bien. ¿Alguien necesita más tiempo para escribir estas respuestas o prepararlas? Does anybody need more time to write your answers here? Not on the document, but just have your answers ready. Okay. All right. And Lindsay, no hablamos contigo. ¿Qué tal tu semana?
Bien, fui a la montaña para patinar de nieve y había mucho nieve.
Patinar en nieve. ¿Eso es esquiar o otra cosa?
Es snowboard, pero
Okay,
sí,
okay,
sí,
cierto.
patinar.
Sí, se
O
puede, se
patineta.
puede. It's so common for people just to say hacer snowboard that I wasn't even thinking about an actual translation. So, excelente. ¿Qué montaña?
White Pass.
White Pass. Ajá. ¿Ustedes conocen White Pass? ¿Alguien más?
oh yeah.
¿Sí? ¿Sí? ¿Y fuiste, Julie, para esquiar o snowboard?
Oh, ski.
Esquiar, esquiar. Ajá.
Pero cross country ahora. No, no more
Muy bien.
downhill. Broke
El cross
my
country.
broke my knee.
¿El hueso o el ligamento? The bone or the ligament?
The bone. Yeah.
It's a
Oh,
real break. Lo siento. Lo pregunto, I ask, porque te conté, yo tengo dos reconstrucciones del ligamento cruzado. I've already had two ACL reconstructions en la misma rodilla,
oh,
in the same knee.
oh.
No, por eso yo no esquío ahora tampoco. That's why I don't ski anymore either. I would like to. First one that it caused the injury was an epic ultimate frisbee accident. So I like to just tell people it was skiing all along. Pero eso. Okay, Lindsay, qué bien. ¿Y había nieve suficiente? Was there enough snow?
Sí,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, it was snowing.
We haven't learned this
Yeah,
yet.
Mhm.
like
So
es
you can,
estaba
yeah, you can say estaba nevando.
nevando.
Estaba nevando. Yeah,
Sí,
that's the past continuous. Estaba nevando. Remember, ando or yendo is the
Yeah.
happening at the moment. So you can say it was happening at the moment. Estaba nevando. Or, as we're practicing with the imperfect form of to snow, nevar, is nevaba. Isn't that a fun word?
Um,
Nevaba. So that can also translate as it was snowing. It was snowing. Nevaba. Y Kathy, ¿cuentas algo más de tu día o semana?
Um, Milo pasé genial en Maui con
Ah,
mi, sí,
cierto, tu
dos,
viaje.
dos semanas.
Discúlpame.
No,
Discúlpame por no preguntar. Qué bien. Lo pasaste muy bien en Maui. Oh, qué sueño.
ah,
Eh,
vimos muchas tortugas y ballenos, ballenas.
ballenas.
Sí.
Ajá.
I mean, more than we've ever seen. It was amazing.
Qué rico, qué rico. How wonderful. Um, Luego tendrás que enviarme fotos, por favor. Please send me some pictures. I'll share them too, but even just for me to see, porque tengo mucha curiosidad.
Yeah, amazing.
¿Hiciste mucho snorkeling?
No, I was with, fue con mi mamá, who is ocho, ciente años. Is that 85?
You kind of, almost said it right, but you sort of flipped the way we construct the number. So you want to say ochenta. 87.
which
87?
85,
It is 85.
you think. Okay.
85.
So we kind of went her speed.
Ok, pero excelente, mamá Kathy. Bien hecho, viajera, a traveler. Qué
So
bien.
much fun. Yeah, we had
Ujú,
a lot of fun.
ujú. Ok, divertido. ¿Y buen clima todo el rato? Good weather?
Um, Most of the time. See, we had one day of rain, and that's when we saw more turtles, which was fabuloso. Just amazing.
Were the turtles nadando, swimming, o estando en la orilla? Were they kind of on the shore?
We saw them several times, some on the beach where we stayed, some on the beach in Paellas, some in the water, but mostly on the beach. In places we've never seen them and we've always stayed. So we were just like it was
That's
just
so
such a
great.
big deal.
That's so great.
And the we went on a whale watching, balleno, I don't know what watching would be.
You could do just do como para ver ballenas, to see whales.
Oh, okay. Uh, And we went with the Pacific Whale Foundation, and they go on multiple trips every day, all day, all day long, every day. And they've never seen that many whales. So it wasn't just us who were impressed. They were even impressed. It was just males are fighting over the females. So that just, you'd have
Oh,
six males doing all kinds of stuff. It was crazy.
yeah, that must have been un espectáculo. It's just a spect. Wow. Oh, qué bien. Me alegro mucho sobre eso. I'm very happy to hear that. I'm so jealous too. So, whatever, if I ever go to Maui, I'm calling you up to get that tour. But I don't
Okay.
know if I should because every time I see whales whale watching, I cry. Tears of joy, but I
Uh,
cry. All
I'll
right.
send you photos.
¿Están listos para compartir un poco en el pretérito? Are you ready to share a little bit in the preterite? Okay, so you can choose whichever one you like your answer to the best. So each of you are going to read me one of these, and then I'll put you in breakout rooms and you'll explain to your partner why you think that these are used with the preterite and not the imperfect. Okay, so just choose whichever sentence that you completed that you like best. So, Ryan, vamos a empezar contigo. ¿Qué hiciste esta semana? What did you do this week?
Okay, I didn't write it down because I wanted to try to make it a little more natural. Okay. Esta semana fui a Seattle por mi oficina porque uh, necesi- necesité una día de oficina.
Muy bien. Fui a la oficina porque necesité un día de oficina. You needed a office day. Okay, muy bien.
Would have been
Ay,
smoother if I wrote it out, but that's natural.
muy bien hecho. You said that perfectly, perfectamente. The only thing I heard was por instead of para, but I don't remember your sentence. It was like exactly what you said.
um,
Para ir a la oficina?
well, I was like, because I needed to
Uh-huh.
go to the office.
Okay, so if you're ever thinking of a means like in order to, use para. So, fui a la oficina para trabajar de manera más eficaz. Por ejemplo, I went to the office in order to, para trabajar, to work, para trabajar. Ujú.
Bueno.
Lindsay, ¿tienes una frase para compartir?
Antes de la clase preparé mi cena de atún, zanahorias y manzana después del trabajo.
Qué sana, muy sana. ¿Ustedes entendieron la cena de Lindsay? Manzana, atún y zanahoria? Those are all vocabulary words.
Apples and oil, apples, olive oil, and something else.
Atún, atún, not oliva or, oh, you know what? Alejandro, you're not crazy for thinking that aceituna is also olive oil. Just atún is tuna.
But
Atún.
Apple and fish.
Well, I don't know if Lindsay mixed them all. She didn't say.
No, it was a tuna melt with carrots and apples on the side to get all the food groups.
Uh,
I feel
Okay.
like that was in that SNL sketch, the one where they were like, "No, no, no, we'll have the word attune for," oh, remember that
Oh yeah,
SNL
with the
sentence?
inventing Spanish. Yeah, no. I think it's because tune was just adapted from the word tuna from another language, maybe
Oh,
English or something else. And then the actual term tuna in Spanish exists, Tuna, tuna. And it means the fruit of a succulent or the fruit of certain types of
quickly.
plants. So, like a prickly pear fruit, that's a tuna. Yeah.
Interesante.
Mm, mhm. Kathy, ¿cuál es tu frase?
Antes de la clase preparé palomitas de maíz con mantequilla y sal.
Qué rico. Palomitas, popcorn con mantequilla, butter y sal. Salt. Muy
Ujú.
bien.
¿Qué es
Julie?
popcorn?
Ujú.
Popcorn, ¿cómo se dice popcorn?
Popcorn se dice de mil maneras. You can say popcorn 100 different ways in Spanish.
Um,
Cabritos, cabritas, porroró, popcorn, palomitas,
Palomita.
eh,
That's right.
crispetas. Yeah, there are many words for popcorn. Julie, ¿qué cuentas con tu frase? Which one do you got?
Esta semana fui a la piscina, nevando 3 veces para la semana.
¿Vas 3 veces a la piscina a la semana? Wow,
Sí.
bien hecho. Bien hecho. Yo debería. I should. The same. Yo debería. Alejandro, ¿qué frase tienes?
Uh, sábado pasado vi muchas personas bonitos en mi casa nueva.
Muchas personas bonitas. Siempre femenina. Muchas personas bonitas.
Muchas personas bonitas en mi casa nueva.
Casa nueva. Ajá, casa nueva.
Sí.
Qué lindo. Y discúlpeme otra vez por estar tan lejos. Sorry again for being so far away. Otherwise, sin duda
Dime
hubiera ido.
otras cosas. Juliana, estuve acá
Ah,
para
sí.
un ah, momentito con su esposo Marcelito,
Creo
y
que era Marcelino. Juliana, if you're watching this, correct us later. She told me, like, he and she told me multiple times when we met, and for some reason it didn't stick for me. It was very nombre único, very unique name.
y, ah, tenemos, how past tense we had, no sé.
Tuvimos,
Tu-
tuvimos.
Tuvimos
Ujú.
unos chupitos y, ah, mm, y comida y es un tiempo bueno
Oh, chupitos de tequila,
de vodka.
de vodka. Ok, ok. Aceptable, aceptable. ¿Y tú, Jenny, tu frase?
Um, Antes de la clase, prepare, no, el lugar para alquilar. I meant to say downstairs basement, but I don't know how to say a downstairs and a basement. So I said,
So you said what? I heard alquilar, like to rent. So I
prepare el lugar,
Mhm.
the place for
Mhm.
rent, to rent. But I wanted
Oh,
to say downstairs basement.
okay. I'll tell you that. What you said though was right. Preparé, I prepared el
Uh-huh.
lugar, the place, para
Para.
alquilar, in order to rent, or the place to rent. Así que
Mhm.
bien. The word, sorry, I'm trying to cover this light here. La palabra para basement is el sótano.
El
El
su.
sótano. El sótano is basement. Okay.
El sótano.
All right. Well, iba a ponerlos en breakout rooms, pero quiero por fin conjugar el imperfecto hoy. I'd actually like to get to conjugating the imperfect today. So let's just quickly say, from la primera frase, la primera aquí, this first one here, ¿por qué es pretérito? Why is it preterite? Fui.
Because this
Because it ended at a certain time, it finished at a certain time.
In a sense, yeah. So when you go somewhere, you're only doing that once unless it's a habitual action. So unless we're saying I used to go, fui or I went needs to be preterite. So it's in English, it's an implied difference. In Spanish, there's an actual verb difference. So if I say I went to college at PLU, well, that's actually a completed action. But how about I went to college every day in whatever year. That's a habitual. Or I went to school every day in first grade. That's habitual over time. Versus I went to class yesterday. That's just once. But we know that one is like I used to go habitually, and one is just one completed action. And in Spanish, we just have it more clear, the difference. We could use ir en pretérito or ir en imperfecto. And so because with your answers, you said the place that you went just one time, the one single action, that's why it's fui. That's why it's ir. Like, fui a la tienda ayer. I went to the store yesterday. Okay, siguiente. Esta mañana me desperté. I woke up. ¿Por qué es pretérito? Why is it preterite?
It's a what completed action in the past. That's
Sí,
you woke
claro.
completely
Claro.
woke up.
Yeah, it's a completed action. You wake up, that's either you're asleep or you're awake. I know there's technically an in-between place, but it's an action that's completed. So me desperté. I woke up. We use preterite. Bien.
Mhm.
Siguiente, next one. El sábado vi. On Saturday I saw. Why is it preterite?
Completed action in the past.
Yeah, it's a completed action in the past. And generally, you're going to see ver in preterite because it's to see versus mirar. Mirar is to watch. And so mirar, it's more likely if you have the choice between the two, you're probably going to see mirar being used in the imperfect. I was watching, for example. You can use it in the preterite, like I watched a show. But just to distinguish the two, mirar is to watch, and so it's likely that you'll use the imperfecto. Anoche me acosté. I went to bed. ¿Por qué es pretérito?
Completed action.
It's a completed action. Yeah. Me acosté. I went to bed last night versus the imperfect. Me acostaba tarde cada día. I used to or I would go to bed late every night. Y lo mismo con preparé. As you all have caught on, preparé is a completed singular action. Y por eso es pretérito. That's why it's preterite. So we're going to go on and do a review of the imperfecto. Y por fin lo vamos a conjugar, and we'll actually conjugate it. As a repaso, we talked about all this, and I asked you to review it as homework. But in general, en general, el imperfecto, it either puts you in the moment, like of the story, like I was eating, I was doing, it smelled like this, it felt like this at the time, I was feeling like this, or it's something habitual, an action that went on, like to used to do something. I used to draw a lot. I used to go to work really early. He used to sing a song every day. Those are the times you would use imperfecto, and we're going to give you a lot of examples. Um, lo que quiero hacer ahora es conjugar. So for the AR endings, these are going to be the I think they're both fun, but the AR endings for imperfect son muy divertidas. Las terminaciones, they're very fun. The endings are yo is aber.
Oh,
Aber for AR verbs. Tú, any guesses?
Bus.
Habas. Habas. Él, ella, usted.
Abe.
Casi. You don't want the E though. You want to keep it an A at the end. So, aber. Aber.
Also,
Aber. Nosotros.
vamos.
Bien. Ah, vamos. Vamos. And then ellos, ellas, ustedes.
Abaman.
So, habas, habas, haba, habamos. Oh, I skipped vosotros. So think about ellos, ellos, ustedes. Vosotros,
Habáis.
habáis. See, I told you. Lo que les dije. What I told you. I'm very happy to hear you all take these guesses because I can see that you're picking up the ability to fill in the blanks like I knew you would. So your guesses are getting strong, muy fuertes. Unless you practiced this before, in which case don't tell me.
No.
All right. And then ellos, ellas, ustedes.
Aman.
Aaron.
Aban, eso. Okay, so these are the fun endings. Let's practice them all together. Aba,
Aaron.
Aba.
abas,
Uh,
Abba.
Aba.
aba,
Aba.
Abba.
ábamos,
Aba.
Abamos.
abáis,
Habáis.
Ice.
aban.
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 Muy bien. Vamos a practicar con un verbo. Can anyone give me an AR verb, un verbo AR?
Caminar.
Um,
Caminar. I was thinking caminar too. That's a good one. All right. So, ustedes deben. Uy, uy, ¿qué estoy haciendo? You should conjugate. Here. Yo. Oh, I'll write caminar first. ¿Listos? Are you ready? I know you can do it. So, yo
Kamaba.
Amaba.
caminaba.
Yeah.
Caminaba. So they're still formed by just removing the AR, ER or IR, and replacing it with the following endings we just practiced. So, caminaba, tú,
Caminaba.
Caminaba.
caminabas, él, ella, usted,
Caminaba.
Caminaba.
caminaba, muy bien, nosotros,
Caminabas.
Vamos.
caminábamos. Muy bien. Oops, I made a
Abamos.
mistake here. No, I didn't. Okay. I told you I'm a little spacey today. Discúlpenme. So, caminábamos. Perfecto. ¿Vosotros?
Caminaba.
Sprite.
Caminabais. Ajá. Ellos, ellas, ustedes
Caminaba.
Aban.
caminaban. Muy bien. Ok, vamos a practicar. Yo caminaba,
Yo.
Yo caminaba.
Caminaba.
tú caminabas,
Tú caminabas.
Caminabas.
él, ella, usted caminaba,
Él.
Él. Ella.
Ella, usted, caminaba.
Caminaba.
nosotros
Nosotros
caminábamos,
Nosotros
Nosotros caminábamos.
caminábamos.
vosotros caminabais,
Vosotros
Vosotros caminabais.
caminabais.
ellos, ellas, ustedes caminaban.
Ellos.
Ellas, ustedes
Ellos, ustedes
caminaban.
caminaban.
Excelente. Now, when I paused and said, "Oh, I made a mistake," I just had a little derailment of the brain train here because of something you might notice. It's written correctly. So, what is the unique thing that you see about this conjugation?
Caminaba. Bus.
Caminaba.
Caminaba.
Yeah, caminaba. So, caminaba and caminaba. The yo form is the same as the él, ella,
El, ella,
ustedes form.
ustedes.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so in a sense, that's good news. Those are fewer conjugations you need to learn. Um, but it just requires a little bit more context when you're using it. So if you use the yo form or the él, ella, ustedes form, you should use the subject with it. So if I just say, Hola, Kathy, ¿qué tal? Caminaba. That's, hey, Kathy. Either he used to walk, she used to walk, you would walk, or you used to walk, or I would walk or used to walk. It's missing a lot of information there. So I would say, Yo caminaba con tu amiga el año pasado, cada día. I would walk with your friend every day last year. So those two are the same conjugation. I'm gonna do just finish filling these out so you have them. Um, nosotros, nosotros, and then it's ustedes. Okay. Quiero hacer otro muy divertido, the most fun version of the imperfect AR verbs, which is trabajar.
Mm.
Trabajar. ¿Listos?
Mm.
Yo
Trabajaba.
trabajaba.
Love it.
Tú
Trabajaba.
Trabajaba.
Trabajabas.
trabajabas. Él, ella, usted.
Trabajaba.
Trabajaba.
Trabajaba. Nosotros
Traba-
Trabajábamos.
Trabajamos.
trabajábamos.
traba-
Um,
Trabajaba.
Vosotros
Traba-
Trabajabas. Ay,
trabajabais.
trabajabais.
Trabajabais. And ellos, ellas, ustedes.
Traba.
Ah,
Trabajaba.
Baja,
Trabajaban.
trabajaba.
Trabajaban.
trabajaban.
Sounds like you're saying hubba hubba or something, but instead of
Haba.
catcalling someone, you're saying, hey, you used to work. Trabajaba. Trabajabas.
Trabajaba.
Ban.
Ok, vamos a decirlo. Yo trabajaba.
Yo
Yo trabajo.
trabajaba.
Tú trabajabas.
Tú
To
trabajabas.
Él, ella, usted trabajaba.
e
Él,
Ella,
ella,
usted
usted trabajaba.
trabajaba.
Haba.
Nosotros trabajábamos.
Nosotros
Nosotros
Traba.
trabajábamos.
trabajamos.
Vosotros trabajabais. Oh, excuse me.
Nosotros trabajabais.
Trabajabas.
Habais.
Trabajabais. Trabajabais. I might have my tilde wrong in here. Trabajabais. Déjenme revisar. I feel a little dudosa. I should have reviewed myself with the vosotros form, but I was like, I got it. I've been living in Spain using the
Oh,
vosotros. Let me just make sure I have
no.
the tilde in the right spot. Imperfecto. Vosotros trabajáis imperfecto. Oh, it was in the right place. Okay. I don't know. No sé por qué me
Go with
dudo. Okay.
How come that's the
Y,
only one? Those are the only two that need it. How come the rest of them don't have a tilde?
well,
till
because the vosotros form is the ice at the ending. The rest of them follow natural
Oh,
emphasis.
okay.
So because they all end in an N, an S, or a vowel, all of them have the emphasis on the second to last syllable.
Okay.
Um, oh, maybe that's, let me just, so maybe I'm looking in the wrong spot. Let's see. I might need to get back to you on all this. Let's see. A ver, okay, you're right, Ryan. It
Trabaja.
trabajabais. Trabajabais. Thank you. So, um, because So the explanation, trabajaba. No voy a pasar tiempo en esto ahora. I'm not going to spend time being confused and wasting your time with this. We'll come back to vosotros. It's just the tilde issue, but it is still trabajabais. I just am forgetting if it's trabajabais or trabajabais. ¿Me explico? So that would make the difference if it's trabajabais or trabajabais. We'll skip ahead though for now and do trabajar imperfecto. Ustedes trabajaban.
Trabajas.
Trabajaban.
Trabajaban.
Okay. All right. So, Ryan, I just checked with the RAI, the Real Academia Española, so the official site, and it is trabajaba. Trabaja. Trabajabais. Okay, so no, no tilde. I'm sorry, I'm failing you all here. There are no tildes in the vosotros form, and that is on me. I didn't review my vosotros before sharing with you.
No, Grant.
Trabajabais. Trabajabais. Okay. All right. Now, vamos a hacer esto una vez más. Vamos a leer una vez más. We'll read one more time, and then I'm going to show you the ER-IR forms. Okay, so let's do caminar una vez más. And we're going to use the gestos. So, yo caminaba.
Yo
Yo
caminaba.
Caminaba.
Tú caminabas.
Tú
Tú
caminabas.
Caminabas.
Julie, somehow I have you on the spotlight. Why do I have Julie on the spotlight? Uh,
ella, usted caminaba.
Thank you, Alejandro. Sorry, I'm having some issues with my Zoom here. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. De nuevo, de nuevo. Yo caminaba.
Yo
Yo
Caminaba.
caminaba.
Tú caminabas.
Tú
tú
Caminaba.
Caminabas.
Él, ella, usted caminaba.
él,
Él, ella, usted caminaba.
Nosotros caminábamos.
nosotros
Nosotros
ah,
caminábamos.
Vosotros caminabais.
Vosotros caminabais.
Caminabas.
Ellos, ellas, ustedes caminaban.
Ellos, ellas, ustedes
Ustedes
caminaban.
caminaban.
Ahora el de divertido, now the fun one. And like I said, I'll put the tilde in the correct accent spot here for vosotros. ¿Listos? Yo trabajaba.
yo
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 trabajaba.
trabajaba.
Tú trabajabas.
Tú
Tú trabajabas.
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 Él, ella, usted trabajaba.
eh,
Ella, usted trabajaba.
Nosotros trabajábamos.
Nosotros trabajamos.
trabajábamos.
Vosotros trabajabais.
Vosotros trabajabais.
Trabajábamos.
Vosotros trabajabais. Ellos, ellas, ustedes trabajaban.
Ellos, ellas, ustedes trabajaban.
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 Trabajaban. All right. ¿Alguna pregunta? No? And Ryan, thank you for pointing that out with the vosotros.
Oh
So,
no,
ahora que lo
you keep
pienso,
you
what?
keep saying it was me. It wasn't me, but I'll keep
You get the credit. Recibes el crédito. The reason is, I don't know why they don't want to keep the tilde at the end like other verbs, but the reason there's no tilde in trabajabais is because the natural emphasis lands on the second to last syllable
Okay.
there. So trabajabais. I was trying to add one that changed the natural emphasis por algo, por hábito, I guess. ¿Otras preguntas? Any other questions? No? All right. Good job. Buen trabajo. I'm excited we'll get to practice a lot with these in upcoming classes. I do want to do ¿dónde estamos? The ER-IR verbs. Okay. So ER-IR, they share the same ending. Felicidades, congratulations. It's less thinking for us. ER endings and IR endings are going to be the same. Okay, I'm just going to steal this so I don't have to copy all the subjects again. So some of you have seen the imperfect with ER, IR refer verbs before. Do you know, does it ring a bell in your head what it might look like?
IR imperfect. Is this the like we were just doing the V?
Estaba.
It's going to be ia endings. Ia. So like this. Ia, ias.
Yeah.
Same ending for el, ella, usted. Ia. Okay. I'm going to give you an example before I keep going. So, yo, por ejemplo. Let me think of a good ER verb. I got saber, por ejemplo, saber. Saber would be yo sabía. Sabía. Does that ring a bell that I pointed out? If it's imperfect, it would be ia or aba endings.
Yeah.
Can you think of a time where maybe you've heard them
Oh,
before?
we said Asia earlier, but also
Eso, exacto, exacto, muy bien. So hacía, it was, you could say, be like, I used to do or I would do, yo hacía. Or if I'm talking about the temperature didn't hit a certain point and then go away. It was like that at the time. It was the environment, so we're using imperfect. And so I said, hacía 90 grados. At the time it was going on, it was 90 degrees.
Hacía 90 grados, and I
Hacía 90 grados. Vamos a seguir. So, nosotros íbamos. Vosotros, ups, íbamos.
Nice.
Íais. Íais. Y ellos, ellas, ustedes.
Ian.
Ian, muy bien. Okay. Ia, ias, ia, íamos, íais, ian. Okay. Repitan, por favor. Ia,
Ia.
ias,
Yes.
ia,
Ia,
eat.
íamos,
Iamos.
íais,
Iais.
ian.
Yeah.
Okay. Saber, for example, we did sabía. We'll do the rest of the conjugaciones. Okay. Yo
Sabía.
sabía. Okay, there you go. New phrase unlocked for you all. If you want to say, I knew it, you say, the it, sabía.
No
Lo
sabía.
sabía. I
Sabía.
knew it. Lo sabía.
Lo sabía.
Lo sabía. Tú
Sabías.
sabías.
Tú sabías.
Él, ella, usted
Sabía.
Sabía.
sabía. Muy bien. Nosotros
Sabíamos.
sabíamos. Sabíamos.
Sabíamos.
Vosotros
Sabíais.
sabíais. Yes, and this one does have a tilde. Sabíais.
Sabíais.
Okay, and ellos, ellas, ustedes.
Ian.
Sabían.
Sabían. Excelente. Okay. I just want to get you familiar with what these look like to start. That's why we're not doing a bunch of conjugations right away. I want to show you some of these examples in La Canción. So we'll move on here just 1 second. I want you antes to read through them una vez más. So read through saber with me one more time. Yo sabía.
Yo sabía.
Sabían.
Tú sabías.
Tú
Who
Sabía.
sabías.
Yes.
Él, ella, usted sabía.
Él,
Él,
ella,
ella,
Usted sabía.
sabía.
Nosotros sabíamos.
nosotros
Nosotros
sabíamos.
sabíamos.
Vosotros sabíais.
Vosotros
Vosotros
sabíais.
sabíais.
Ellos, ellas, ustedes sabían.
ellos,
Ellos,
Ellas,
ellas,
ustedes
ustedes
sabían.
sabían.
Perfecto. Perfecto. Okay, so just getting familiarized with the way they look and sound. Mucha más práctica con las conjugaciones para las próximas clases. So you can see AR verbs end in aba, abas, aba, abamos, abais, aban. ER and IR verbs, they share the same conjugation. Woohoo! Muy bien. And they are ia, ias, ia, iamos, iais, ian. There are some irregulars with the imperfect, but they're not a ton, and they're not that bad. So we'll get to that eventually too. Ahora que saben, now that you know cómo se ven, let's look at these lyrics. ¿Ustedes conocen la canción El Muelle de San Blas? Anybody heard of the song?
mm,
Al menos Ryan o Lindsay me sorprende. Si no, I'm sure you do. Let's play a quick clip and you'll know. Van a saber, you will know. Um, I sorry, I just want to make sure I'm sharing the sound, but no, rest of it after. ¿Realmente no les suena?
No,
Nobody's heard it before? Me sorprende mucho. This was from Maná, a really popular band in the 90s. They're Mexicano, creo. I might be wrong. Don't quote me on their nationality, but Maná was a sensation. And El Muelle de San Blas is a song based on the story La Loca de San Blas, so the crazy woman of San Blas, which is in Puerto Vallarta. A sad story about, or I guess a legend of a woman who her husband was a mariner and didn't come back one day, and so she wore her wedding dress out to the muelle, which is the dock, todos los días, hasta envejecerse, hasta getting older, older and older, and then that's how she spent her life in the wedding dress out on the dock. So, triste canción, sad song, but it is a fun one to analyze if you want to go through it and translate it to English and see how much you can get through without a translator. There are some great examples, muy buenos ejemplos del imperfecto y el pretérito en la misma letra, in the same lyrics. Okay, so just looking at these first two parts. ¿Alguien me puede indicar un verbo en pretérito y un verbo en imperfecto?
the same dress. Same vestido is a dress.
Vestido es a dress. Yeah, I'm looking for verbs either in preterite or imperfect.
Levaba, isn't that a
Eso es.
or yebaba? I'm sorry.
Correcto, correcto. So, llevaba. ¿Qué quiere decir llevaba?
wash.
War, war, give up
Or, yes. So, llevar is to carry or to wear.
the
So
same
if we
dress,
say,
dress.
yeah, muy bien, Kathy. So if we say ella llevaba el mismo vestido, that is she wore the same dress. And because it's imperfect, we know that it's over time, it's habitual, or it's happening at the time. So we can translate this as she was wearing the same dress or she would wear the same dress. Ok, y un verbo en pretérito. Un verbo en pretérito, a preterite verb.
Escurrió.
Escurrió. Escurrir, the verb escurrir can mean like to drain or to run or to drip. I'm going to translate it as to drip. So, el tiempo se escurrió. El tiempo, ¿qué es el tiempo?
The
Time.
time.
Time, yes. So time dripped away. Time dripped away. So I already have two parts of the song here. Llevaba el mismo vestido. She wore the same dress. And time dripped away. Time dripped away. So we have the preterite. She was wearing the same dress. And el tiempo se escurrió. This is preterite because it's saying like that happened. Now it's over. We don't know what happened next, but time dripped away. It's done. This is also preterite. Del mar se enamoró. ¿Alguien conoce enamorar el verbo? Anybody know the word enamorar? Enamorarse?
To fall in love.
To fall in love. To fall in
Hmm.
love. So, and of the sea. And of the sea, she fell in love. Del mar se enamoró. Y su cuerpo se enraizó en el muelle. So I told you that el muelle is the dock. And ¿qué es el cuerpo?
The body.
Her body, yes. So her body enraizar, this is an advanced verb, but it means to to take root. So her body rooted in to the dock. Es muy poético esta letra de Maná, muy poética, very poetic, these lyrics by Maná describing how long she spent out on the dock and lo que le pasó.
Oh,
Sí, así que recomiendo que chequen esta canción. I recommend that you listen to the song and work on a translation or find one. It's a good one. And I just wanted to show you an example of how you'll see imperfect and preterite at the same time within songs or within one conversation, in one page of a book. And they just have very slight nuances in some cases of what difference they express. So, ¿tienen una pregunta sobre eso? Do you have a question about that?
nope.
No? Okay. Buen trabajo. Escuchen la canción. Yeah, listen to the song. ¿Seguro que no tienen preguntas? Are you sure you don't have questions? Ryan, was that a hand or just a scratch in your
Well, I know, but since you called me, I feel like it's a sign. But is there like a specific way that I'm like reluctant to ask because I feel like it's going to be a dumb answer, but like to indicate it that's, rather than just saying like, if you said if you wanted to emphasize like she, you can say like, ella tenía, but like, if you want to be like it had, is there like a way to underscore that?
No, no, realmente. I mean, there's many little ways, but the translation of it directly doesn't have a word in Spanish because everything's gendered. So you would just say él or ella for it. For example, if you know that I'm talking about the teacup, la taza, that's feminine, right?
Ah,
You and
okay,
I are
that makes
talking about
sense.
the teacup. You said where you bought it. Oh, I got it at the farmer's market. I might say, ella es hermosa. She or it. It is beautiful. So you just use the el or la.
Hmm. That was
And
a good question, Ryan.
Okay.
sí, muy buena pregunta. And just to point out here, the reason we can say llevaba, even though llevaba could mean I was wearing, you formal was wearing, he was wearing, she was wearing, or yeah, you formal was wearing. I already said that. Is because we have the context already that we're talking about the woman of San Blas. So because we know we're talking about her, we don't need to say ella llevaba el mismo vestido, but it would be more clear if we said ella llevaba el mismo vestido.
Without the video, I would have wondered actually. I mean, the first time you hear it.
Sí, sí, por supuesto, por supuesto. All right, pues lo dejamos ahí. I'm glad you got to practice both forms. You've discovered now mi palabra favorita en español, trabajaba o trabajábamos. Y vamos a ponerle en práctica en la próxima. We're going to get more practice into it in the next one. So, hasta entonces. We'll see you then. Que tengan una buena noche.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Luego.